people, and welcome to the next episode of Stories Unlocked with Kashika Gulati. We are back with another special guest of ours, Miss Neelam Saxena Chandra. She is an engineer by profession and writer by passion. She has written a total of 60 books so far, portraying her mastery over various genres. She's a bilingual writer as she writes for both her Hindi and English readers. She has many laurels in her kitty, including the Limca Book of Records in 2015 for writing the most number of books in a year. Let's connect with her and know more about her writing journey. Hello Neelam ji, how are you?
Hi, I am wonderful.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, Neelam ji, how many books have you written so far?
This is my 60th book. The Red Diary is my 60th book.
60th book. Oh my god, that's a long one.
Yeah, indeed. I didn't realize it actually, and today I was just making a list and I realized that this is my 60th.
This is your 60th. Oh my god. And how many years has it been since you started writing?
My first book was published, I suppose, in 2009 or 2010.
So, you're saying 10 years and 60 books.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. That's really nice. So tell us now, how did you start writing? What inspired you to start writing?
Basically, I have been writing since I was a child, and my first poem, I suppose, was written when I was in class 5 or 6. And my first poem was published in class 8 in a newspaper called The Hitwada in Nagpur.
Yeah.
So, but then I started engineering, and like my poems would be in my diary. And then I appeared for Indian Engineering Services exam, joined job, married, had a daughter. So I didn't really get time to send it to publishers or something. But in 2008, when I was slightly free and like I used to tell my daughter a new story every day, and I must have told her around 2000 to 3000 stories by then. So, so my husband said, "Why don't you send these stories to some reputed magazines?" So I sent them to Champak, Chandramama, Nandan, and they were selected. So I thought I can write well. Then I expanded my horizons, and like I started writing for Women's Era and certain national, international anthologies. So I'd already made a name for myself when I published my first book. I didn't hurry for my first book. I'd got a few awards by then, and I had a name for myself when I published my first book.
That's really interesting, and that's been a long journey. Great work, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, for your recent book, I finished reading it last night, and oh my god, I loved it. But I have seen that you have touched
Thank you so much.
different topics in every book of yours, like some social cause, some are children's book, your poetry is more of romance. How do you delve into a different genre that too so seamlessly?
Maybe because I think like that, like there are different issues which always keep popping up in my mind. I'm using the word popping up because being in IT for long, I see the pop-ups. So things keep popping up, and my poetry is not only in romance. I've written a lot of inspirational poems, spiritual poems, and romance, of course. That was the first theme on which I began to write, like all others. सबको किसी समय पे आशिकी इश्क इस सब पे लिखना बहुत पसंद आता है.
And I think that is one thing engineers write the most about.
And people love to read it,
True, I
they
agree.
love that. So it is a cycle. People love it, you write, people love it. But then begins the inner journey. So, the social causes were always near my heart, and I find the relationships a very complex issue. And I feel that social setups often make or define a relationship. So I try to interweave the two things, and this is what I've done. This is a very strong and sensitive topic which I've taken up in this book, and I suppose people will love it.
So basically, what I felt was this is a story of an orphan, and in general, how orphan people feel and how they come out of that zone when they enter a new family. But what made you write it? From where did you get that inspiration?
See, it's all imagination. And the story starts in an orphanage, but that's not the end.
Right.
Of course, there are three protagonists in this book. There's the main protagonist called Rihan, and there are two of his friends, Ina and Shivi, and there are many others who are staying in the orphanage. And while Ina gets adopted, Rihan doesn't get adopted, and he wonders why he's never called for adoption, because he wants a family very badly, and he doesn't get to know that, and it is this mystery how he landed in an orphanage, which is the key point of this novel, which I'm not going to reveal.
Of course, let's keep that a surprise for the viewers. I'm sure that this much is enough to make them go and pick up the book.
Yeah. But there are different angles also. Like there are many love stories also running in parallel.
Yes.
Like Ina, means Rihan loves Ina, but he doesn't know where she is. He searches her. Shivi also loves Rihan. So, and there's also the love story of Arpita and Ketan. And there's one main love story which is behind all these things that gets revealed in part
At
3.
the end.
Yeah.
I think that's the main suspense.
Yeah, exactly.
So, ma'am, what do you enjoy the most? Writing poem, writing novel, or writing the short story?
It's a very difficult question to answer, because I love all three. And if I have very short time to write, I love writing. So I have to write something every day.
Of course, we can guess that. 11 years and 60 years, of course you love writing.
If I'm having very less time, I'll just write a poem, because writing a novel requires a lot of time, patience, and you have to reread, because there should be no conflict in the characters.
Yes.
You're building up a character. So sometimes I have even erased 3-4 chapters because I found that the story is not picking up well. So in novel, you require a lot of time. So I write novels mostly on weekends, or when I'm on leave or something and I have some time, I write novels. Short stories, yes, even if I have 4-5 hours in hand, I can write a book.
So you are doing a full-time job and you are writing. So how do you balance between your work, writing, and also your family?
Women are basically multitaskers, I suppose.
Of course.
And I love my job as much as I love writing, or maybe more. engineering was my first love, and hence I chose that field. It wasn't thrust upon me, it wasn't forced upon me. I loved mathematics as much as I loved engineering, as much as I loved literature.
Literature.
And it was a very difficult call for me after my 10th where to go. Then I personally felt, it may be wrong or right, I personally felt that if I do engineering and let my writing remain as a hobby, I'll have more freedom to write, because nobody can dictate then what I should write and how I should write.
Right.
So it was my choice, and I wanted that choice to remain with me. So I went into engineering field. I did from a very good college, and my job is wonderful, and I enjoy my job a lot.
But what?
And as far as my family is concerned, you asked me about my family.
Yes.
So my family is very cooperative. Of course, I didn't write much till my daughter was small. But ours is a family where everybody loves reading. Whenever we would do those train journeys, of course now we fly, but ek zamane mein, like, we couldn't afford flights. So that time, we would all three be on our sleepers in an AC coach, and all three of us would be reading. So since everybody enjoys it, and my daughter is also a good writer, she writes poetry and stories also, but she has not yet published much. She just published one book with me.
And I'm sure she will get published. After all, she's your daughter. She gets it from her mother.
She doesn't want to be known as my daughter. She wants to carve out her own space. And I'm so happy to know that, because if she finds space because of me, it will be different. And if she can find her own space, she'll make a better writer, is what I suppose.
But what is your writing day like? Like, what time do you start? What time do you stop? And then you have to go for office. You also have to take care of your family. So what is a typical writing day for Neelamji?
When my daughter was younger, what I used to do, if some thoughts came in my mind, I would just jot them on a mobile, on my notepad, and at night, when everybody was sleeping, I would be writing. I loved writing so much that I would remain awake till midnight or more, because I had to write. So sometimes morning में भी कुछ नाश्ता बनाते बनाते कुछ आइडिया आ गया, तो बस वो मोबाइल के नोटपैड पे जॉट कर लिया और फिर बाद में लिख लिया. That used to be the way. But of course now my daughter has grown up, and we all have our own space, our own time. So now it is not that difficult, and I've always had some help for household job. So normally it is not that much attention.
So basically your me time goes in writing.
No, I do a lot of things, I love to walk a lot. I love anchoring. I love acting. I love cooking also. So it's not only writing, it's anything that gives me happiness.
You truly are a woman of many talents. And I am surprised that you get time for each one of that.
I'm not really surprised.
People keep complaining, we have only 24 hours. How much can we do in that? But I think you make the best of those 24 hours.
Yeah, because I learned complaining is very easy, and complain करके कुछ हासिल नहीं होता है. You have to slog, you have to work hard if you want to really achieve something, and that's what I've always been trying all through my life.
I have heard that you write a lot of couplets also. I personally am a fan of shairis and couplets. So, something for our viewers, please.
Okay, I was not really prepared for it, but a four-liner which I really love. I'll just render that. न कोई परिंदा पंख उधार देगा, ना कोई फरिश्ता आसमां से आएगा. ना कोई परिंदा पंख उधार देगा, ना कोई फरिश्ता आसमां से आएगा. जिस दिन तेरे जिगर में हिम्मत का जुगनू जगेगा, तू अपने आप फलक पर पहुंच जाएगा.
Wow, this
So,
very-
so this four-liner speaks about that inner strength which you have to
Yes.
have for doing anything in life. If you keep depending upon somebody, he will come and help me or she will come and help me, you'll never achieve anything in life. And that has been my motto. I believe in myself, and I know that if I really desire something, I'll get it.
I'm sure, ma'am, you will. You also hold a record with the Limca Book of Records in 2015 for being the author having the highest number of publications in a year in English and Hindi. How many are that, ma'am?
That time it was 11.
In
11 books I'd written that year. In fact, I wrote 13 the very next year, but I didn't apply that year.
So you are breaking your own record.
Yeah, but now I've decided to slow down, and though I have 7 to 8 books ready with me, I've decided to publish 4 or 5 only in 1
In
year,
a year.
because that gives enough time for marketing and everything. So I've decided to slow down as far as publishing is concerned, not as far as writing is concerned.
Writing is concerned. But I think, ma'am, you never face writer's block. I mean, I think that is something that is not in Neelamji's dictionary.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't. I can write anytime, day, night, anytime I can write, and thoughts keep coming in my mind, and sometimes they vanish also if I don't write at that moment. But thoughts do keep coming, and I always keep writing. I've never faced a writer's block so far.
That is amazing, and I hope you never face it. We should keep reading all other good works by Neelamji. We will quickly
Thank you.
wrap this up with a very, very swift rapid fire round.
Okay.
You know the rules. No thinking, just answering whatever comes to your mind.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. What is your spirit animal?
Dog.
Are you a social media person?
Yes.
Which one is your favorite social media?
Facebook.
Wow. What is the first thing that you do in the morning?
Meditation.
One thing that is kept on your bedside table and you cannot sleep without it.
Some book.
Your favorite leader, one from past and one from present.
I won't like to answer this question because I'm not. I never idolize anybody.
Okay, either or, tea or coffee,
Tea.
summer or winter,
Summer.
poem or story,
Both.
morning person or night owl,
Night owl.
beach or hills.
Beach.
Now the last one, if you have to describe yourself in 3 words, what will they be?
Always inspired, always smiling, and always ready to do anything.
That was beautiful, ma'am. I hope all these three things stay true for you for an eternity. Wishing you all the very best for your new book.
Thank you so much. It was such an interesting conversation. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, dear.